Hello, welcome to the Q. It is UK France turn 16. It is January 1944, getting closer to the end here. So we're going to make a risky move with our purchase here for Anzac. Britain had, I think they had $30 and they got convoyed for 11. Leaving them with 19. For 19, we're buying 2 transports for 12 because we have the improved construction, 2 militia and a militia upgrade, saving $1. FEC will produce nothing, and Anzac under duress from Japan. We're going to buy a fighter, and we are going to upgrade the minor shipyard to a major, so we can receive some Lend-Lease right into Sydney if we're successful in the naval battle. If not, then this plan fails. Canada, having 9, is going to buy a militia and save 7. France, having 5, is going to buy an infantry and save 2. So we're saving a lot of dough this turn. Not really sure why. So let's roll for some tech, advanced mech, improved factories, and anti-submarine warfare. So those are our colors, and here is our rolls. All right, so we got an 8 on the blue, which is the mech, and which is probably the least useful of the ones there. So let's bring them up to stage 2. All right, well, that's kind of how that rolls. I guess we don't need to look at the purchases anymore, but let's look at some combat. So we've got out here in the Atlantic, this medium bomber will come out 1-2 to Maritime Air Patrol and give a shot at those subs. We've got on escort duty, 1 destroyer, 2 destroyers, and a corvette going on to escort duty into Sea Zone 32. Now I say that, I think I need to keep a destroyer back because I don't think a corvette blocks first strike from a sub. So those 2 are on escort duty. All right. Next, a little further south, we have a fighter on a carrier, which will go on Maritime Air Patrol. And we have 2 medium bombers from Gibraltar. Because of long-range aircraft, we can go 2 spaces. They will take a shot at those subs. Now, the last time I had 3 planes shooting at some subs, it was a big disaster. Hopefully, it's a little better this time. All right, working down the board. We are going to go after Bulgaria with a small attack of 1 paratrooper, and is defended by a militia. We have a fighter coming off of Crete at an air base, 1, 2, 3, having a movement of 3 left. On this chip here, we've got a fighter. We're going to pull him off, and he'll go 1, 2. So he'll have 3 left as well. So we'll see if we can't snag Bulgaria, see what happens there. We've got escort duty. We're going to come down here from Sea Zone 52, which is off of our card here, our task force marker. And we're going to come down here for escort duty. So what we've got there is coming is 2 destroyers and or do I need 2 destroyers? I probably don't. 1 destroyer and 1 heavy cruiser. And they will come on escort duty there. And if Germany would like to contest that and roll some dice, we certainly can do that. And let's see, so that's that escort duty attack, which really is not an attack, but it's a combat move. All right, so what else do we have here? We have from Borneo a air transport and a paratrooper. 1, 2, I don't know what's the best way here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He will drop into Burma and relieve it of Japanese control. And he'll have 3 movements left. 1, 2, 3 onto Sumatra. All right, so we'll go over here to the board because that was just a walk-on. I think that's the only income change. Well, I guess if I win in Bulgaria. Nope, they don't go up. Who am I looking at? FEC. FEC goes up to 3. Japan goes down 1. All right, yeah, everything else is just, well, that was it. It's just a naval combat here. What we've got is a blockade going. We got to clear that blockade. Then we got to upgrade that shipyard, and then we got to receive our lovely Lend-Lease from the United States of America. All right, so we have 2 subs, British subs from 144. We'll join the Anzac sub that's already in 146. And we have this submerged sub, which will come from C-Zone 134, 12, and he'll join the pool. And also coming in is this jet fighter, and I didn't mark how much spaces he's got. It is 1, 2, so he'll have a movement of 3 left. But he's just going to Sydney, so it doesn't matter. And that is our combat. So let's start all the way over here where we first started, and we'll roll from here. Put out the dice tray. Make that a little wider maybe. All right, so up here in C-Zone 22, I have 1, I need a dice. I have 1 medium bomber at a 7. Thank you very much. All right, down here in C-Zone, where is it? It's buried there. 48. There's 3 subs, and I have 3 planes. Can I get 3 hits? So the green dice will be the bombers, and the red dice will be the fighter. All 3. That was worth it. All right, so we'll take those 3 off. Let's zing over here to Bulgaria. We have a paratrooper who's walking into a mountain, so he'll be at a 1. And the 2 fighters at a 6. So 2 fighters will be the green dice, obviously. 1, maybe 2, and almost a 3. All right, so we cleared Bulgaria, the militia. Can the militia get a hit back at a 2? Bulgaria stays German. We'll lose that paratrooper. All right, well, so much for that. It was a lovely plan anyway, right? Get those markers out of there. All right, last battle is all the way over here. And we've got, because there's no destroyer here, we're going to have 4 first strikes. So let me see if I can get 4 green dice for the subs. And the jet fighter will be the red dice. So we have 1 first strike, so we're going to lose, it's not target select, so he'll lose that light cruiser. The jet fighter hits, so we'll lose another cruiser. And now Japan will have 2 cruisers back at 6, a 1 and a 10. So we're going to lose one of those Anzac subs. All right. So I believe the subs still get first strike, but they miss. All right. So let's throw that jet fighter. I should have rolled it all at once. The jet fighter also misses. All right. Cruiser at a 6. All right. No harm, no foul. All right. So now I'll roll the jet fighter as the red dice. So jet fighter hits, so the cruiser is gone, but the Japanese cruiser fires back and hits the other Anzac sub. All right, so we've cleared out that C zone and we can build that and receive Lend-Lease. I was a little concerned about that action. It seemed a little risky, but when I consulted with my American partner, he said he thinks it would be best to go for that. So we did it. We went with his advice. And we are moving on. All right, so what other non-com? So I got to land this jet in Sydney here. And I don't know if I need to keep that air transport there or not, because it can't take it as a casualty. I wonder if I can take it as a plane if it's a hit. Yeah, we'll leave it there anyway. We got nothing else to do. We do have a fighter on Borneo that's going to fly over to Java, because we got an airfield there. And this FEC Colonial will move into Borneo from Sarawak. All right, so what else do we have over here? Oh, we're gonna come down out of the mountains. We've protected our monastery long enough, so that Gurkha will move out of Kashmir into Punjab. All right, so over here, what do we have? We're gonna move our card, but not everything on the card. The task force marker, 1, 2, 3, because we do have this port here in Greece, which was nice. And in that movement, we're gonna leave the carriers there for a second. We've got 2 transports, and they will come down there. I'm just going to put them off here for the time being, and then I'll put them back on that card. But they're going to grab 2 British Marines, and they're going to stay on the ship, right? And actually, the third would be the Canadian Marine. And we will grab, I guess they don't need to stay on the ship, or do they? I don't think he can contest loading up of transport in a C zone where I'm, just for grins, we'll grab him. So we got total of 3 Marines and an infantry on the transports. All right. What else are we grabbing off this card? We've got, well, let's just take what we're going to leave. The Corvette is going to go from C Zone 52, 1, 2, 3. And that should have been a combat move, but I didn't mark it. Dummy. All right, so we are leaving the 2 torpedo boat destroyers, the submarine, French, that's the French turn, as I knock everything down. All right, so we're gonna leave 1 destroyer, and this transport here is gonna do something different. All right, so let's leave a heavy cruiser, and we're gonna leave, oh, that'll be it. So these 3 battleships, battle cruiser and light cruiser, will all come down here into C Zone 83. And if the Germans would like to contest that move, we can roll that dice if we wish. All right, so the 2 carriers will move 1, 2, 3, 4 into C Zone 119, and they will be joined by this destroyer and light cruiser from C Zone 116. So we'll assume that he's submerging and not engaging. All right, so that is what is sitting there. I'm looking at it. I got 2 destroyers. All right, so we've got a tactical bomber that is on Crete, not an air base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Maharashtra. That will give us some advanced fire next turn. Oh, that's what I wanted to grab with those transports. My bad. So let's take the Canadian Marine off and leave him where he was. Oh, no, that's right. I'm confused because the Canadian Devil's Brigade doesn't count for your transportation. So this infantry that was in Aden, he goes back to Aden. That transport with the 1 Canadian Marine will take the Devil's Brigade and this paratrooper, and then they will land here in Aden. All right, so hopefully that's clear as mud. 1 transport brought 2 British Marines. The other transport brought the Canadian Marine and the Devil's Brigade and a paratrooper. We've got one of the heavy bombers flying off of Crete, and it can move 9, so we know it can make it to Aden. All right, we got the other heavy bomber that is flying from Crete at an air base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into the British Midlands, and we'll need to back up a paratrooper so that he can participate there. While I'm up here, I'm grabbing one of the fighters out of the British Midland at an air base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Gibraltar. Oh yeah, I forgot I got to land my planes that are on maritime air patrol. These 2 bombers will head back to Gibraltar. This fighter will head back to this carrier. Actually, you know what I could do is take this carrier and go up here to this zone here, and then this plane can go 1 forward, because the range on maritime air patrol is 1, so it doesn't matter which direction I go. So I came in 1, and then I go off 1. So that leaves 3 ships up there. Which means I would definitely want to, so I'm blocked here because of that carrier, so he can't get to this sea zone. So I can take one of these destroyers off escort and just put it in that sea zone, because I didn't want to lose it going through this sea zone while chaos reigns. This light cruiser and destroyer will come from sea zone 79. 1, 2, 3 into sea zone 52. So hopefully that is clear as mud. All right. What else? Oh, I got a bomber up here, which is going to land 1, 2 back. I've got a Canadian medium bomber that we were going to do something else with, but I'm gonna need, or am I gonna need to move that? Now I'm second guessing myself. We'll leave it where it is. Try and help those American lines, although I could move it down 1 to Washington. And I could cover a lot more lines, but I really want to get those 2 subs in the North Atlantic there. So I will go with my first idea, which was to bring him from New York at an air base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the British Midlands. And all of that was off camera because I had the wrong hand going there. All right, so that is that. That is for the French move. This has already happened. We just have that there. Let's see. All right, so I got one transport that never moved. He's going to come one space here into C-Zone 81. He's going to grab an anti-aircraft gun and how about this Canadian infantry? And then he's going to go back and land those into Thessaly. All right, so the Canadian infantry that was in Peloponnese, he'll walk up to Thessaly. Oh yeah, I gotta land these fighters. They have 3 movement left. 1 into Macedonia, 2 into C-Zone 52, and here on Crete with radar, I can scramble all 5 if anyone gets frisky. Failed in Bulgaria. All right, walking down. So now that I'm looking here, I think we're good. We're not going to move any of these British down south. We've moved our ships. Our guys, he's moved. They've moved. They've done all they can do. All right, I guess it's time to collect some money for the Commonwealth. Well, I guess I placed my stuff here. All right, so the 2 transports are going down here at this shipyard in East Africa. And with improved construction, I can build 2 at a minor. That gives me 2 militia and 1 militia upgrade. We are upgrading one of these militia here on Gibraltar. So I'm going to pull off a yellow chip to an infantry. So that leaves Britain with 3 militia, 3 infantry, 1 French infantry, an AA, and there's 3 medium bombers there. All right, so now I got 2 British militia. We're going to place 1 in Macedonia and 1 in Thessaly. Or do I need that 1 in Macedonia? Because probably, if he wants to go in there, he's going to. Yeah, let's not. Yeah, because he'll take that if he wants, but I'm pretty sure that Romania is a better target, more priorities. So we'll put that last militia on Sumatra, which puts 3 militia there now. All right, so what else we got here for the builds? All right, so we're going to take for Anzac the upgraded shipyard and the fighter. And we're going to come back across the map again, and fighter goes in Sydney, and the shipyard here gets upgraded from a minor to a major. And I think we all know what's coming from America on Lend-Lease. All right, so Canada built a militia, which is going into Peloponnese in Greece. And that is it. Let's collect some money for the Commonwealth now. All right, so all spent, all saved, all spent. Britain did save $1. Let's take off the Canadian money. They saved 7, and you didn't see that. Let me move that over a little bit. All right. All right, so there we have it. So they saved 7. All right, so we'll start with Canada since we're over here. They are at 6 on the income tracker, and they've lost 2 of their bonus for the convoying of, or there's German subs on the convoy lines, so they only have a 1 bonus for the unit in the Pacific. Anzac, they are at 10 on the board. Let me count and make sure, because I think Centric Cow had me lower than that. There's 2 in Borneo. Timor is 3. Dutch New Guinea is 4. They start off with 6 and they're down 1. Right. All right, let's just count it. South Wales is 1. What is that? Sydney is 2. New Zealand is 2. That's 5. 6. New Guinea is 6. Dutch New Guinea is 7. Timor is 8, and Borneo is 10. 2 for 10. All right, so we are at 10. They do not, however, get a bonus. There are way more than 2 ships in the sea zones around Australia. FEC, they're up to 3, so they're going to get $3. And then they get 2 for that bonus for Egypt being in Allied hands. All right, so where's Britain at? 24. They did not go up at all. So there is 10, 20, 24. All right, with the one they saved, that'll be 25 on the stack. And now it's time for the magic. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's crap again. All right, so $5, all to Britain, because I don't trust those guys. I say that. Let me see what here Canada has. Canada has 14. That's plenty to do what I need to do. Or is it? Maybe I should give Canada 1. Could be a deal breaker. Let's give Canada 1 though. We're going to give Canada 1 and Britain 4 of the 5 they got for wartime economy. All right, on to France. France's combat is over. Let's shift some guys. We're going to rail this guy from Sudan up to, I don't know which Egypt that is, Eastern Egypt. The cavalry from Chad's coming over 1 into Sudan. We've got one of the colonial cavalry, and I don't think it matters which one, coming from northern Algeria into Tunisia. And we have this air transport that we built in Canada, which can follow Lend-Lease routes, which would come right down through here since we cleared all those subs, into northern Algeria, where we have an air base. So that'll give us a little bit of range. These are done. All right, so as I'm looking, all the markers are gone. French, all those planes are going to stay there. And that will be it, right? Or do I want to move this French bomber over there? You know, I might. I think I will. I think I'll move him from Gibraltar. 1, 2, 3, plenty of room, into Crete. So Crete has quite a bit there. And you can probably guess what the USA is going to Lend-Lease France. All right, so they'll be on the move next turn. All right, that'll be it. France has 1 infantry. We're going to place him here in northern Algeria because we want to. They saved $2 and they get 5, so they'll have 7 for next turn. That'll be it for the French Commonwealth turn. If we're interested, in Sea Zone 83 is a heavy cruiser, destroyer, battle cruiser, 3 battleships, light cruiser, 2 transports. Sea Zone 119 is 2 light carriers, 1 fighter, 1 light cruiser, and 1 destroyer. In Sumatra is an FEC Marine, British Marine, British Infantry, Anzac Infantry, 3 militia, fighter, and a air transport. Borneo is Fiji Marine, Paratrooper, Colonial Infantry from FEC, Anzac Militia and Artillery. And Sydney is 1 militia, 1 paratrooper, 1 fighter, 1 jet fighter, 1 air transport, 1 anti-aircraft gun, 1 marine, 1 motorized infantry, and 3 regular infantry. I believe that is a mountain zone. That's kind of an added bonus for me. All right. New Zealand just has a militia and an infantry. All right. I don't think we need anything else spelled out, but if you do, give me a shout out. Next up will be Concentric Cal for Italy.